Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. Today we're going to talk about comfrey. C-O-M-F-R-E-Y. Comfrey. It is an amazing herb and I cannot wait to tell you about it. But before we get started, let's head out to the garden and see what it looks like. Comfrey is just about out of season here at the end of July in the Pacific Northwest. But since we're talking about it, I wanted to at least show you what it looks like. It's quite a large plant. This one has been heavily harvested, but you can still see a few of the really pretty purple flowers. Oh, that bee got right in my business. Anyway, here's a pretty purple flowers. Now this plant will come back every year. It is a perennial. Now that you know what comfrey looks like, let's talk about what it can do for you and how to turn that beautiful plant into something that you can consume for your health. In front of me here, I have dried comfrey, I have an oil infusion, and I have a tincture. These are half-gallon containers and this is a quart. The dried comfrey can be used as a tea, or it can be turned into an oil infusion to use as a massage oil, or to turn into a salve later. I will link my basic salve recipe so you can make one of your own in the future if you'd like. And the tincture you take internally, sublingually under your tongue, or alternatively you can put it into a glass of water or juice. If you have been researching comfrey, you might know that the FDA has banned a lot of its over-the-counter internal usages. And so I'm not going to go too far into that, just to be on the safe side. You do your research, okay? I don't take it internally, but I do use the tincture. You can see how huge this is. I use this as a mouthwash. It is good for all kinds of gum and tooth health, and I do recommend using it for that purpose. As far as internally goes, I'll say a couple things, but I'm not recommending that you take it internally. There are some people who believe, and some studies way back in the back have shown, that taking comfrey internally can help with things like urinary bleeding, digestive upset, heavy periods, cough, and even cancer. Now, I personally don't have any proof of that because I don't take it internally. I tend to use it for what I'm going to tell you about coming up, which is amazing. So I encourage you to do your research as far as taking comfrey internally. There are people out there who have great things to say, but if you do your research and you come across things that say it causes cancer, it causes liver damage, all I can say to you is do your own research and be careful. I have several of these plants growing and I consume quite a bit of it, and most of it is for my hair. So as you can see, I have a lot of hair. And after I had COVID this time last year, I lost 50% of my hair. And what grew my hair back, and this is no joke, I'm gonna do a video, like a specific video showing you how much hair I lost and how much I grew back at a later date. But what I used was comfrey and rosemary, and my hair grew back. And I am so grateful because I thought I was going to go bald, no joke. And this isn't even the first time from a serious virus that I lost a lot of hair, but back then I didn't know anything about this. So I can tell you that the hair serum with comfrey oil mixed with rosemary, either infused oil or essential oil, will grow your hair back. I'm not a man with male pattern baldness, so I can't really testify to that, but I can just tell my own story. And this will be available soon on my Etsy channel. Check that out down in the comments. I don't have it ready yet because this infused oil, as you can see, is still full of herb. So I haven't made them yet this year's. So this was last year that I made the batch for myself. I experimented on myself, as I do with all things. That way I can speak to you about whether or not it really works, right? This is a big deal, the hair growth thing. But comfrey isn't just good for hair growth, it's amazing for broken bones. My husband broke a couple ribs And this worked really well to heal those broken bones. It is amazing for sprains and strains and like bruising, things like that. But it used to be called knit bone because it literally helps your bones heal. Highly recommend that you use either a salve or just a plain infused oil as a massage oil, just, you know, gently applying it, of course, if you have a broken bone. And it will help that healing. You do need to use it for an extended period of time. None of these herbs are going to be quick fixes, right? You must be committed to applying the medication 3 to 4 times a day for sometimes up to 4 months, depending on what your problem is. It does even work for back pain. Now, it's not going to fix your original problem, right? If your original problem is, say, example, a slipped disc in your back, it's going to help you heal and it's going to help you feel better, but it is not going to move your disc back into its original place. It's just not. It's not magic. It's not rocket science. This is just nature giving us what we need to become stronger and healthier. This is my go-to powerhouse herb. That's why I grow so much of it. That's why I use so much of it. The oil and the salve also work really well for arthritis, any kind of joint pain that you might have, gout, all those different kinds of things. It works wonderful for those. And since we all get bumps and bruises and sprains and strains once in a while, this is something you should always have on hand. It is easy to grow, it's a perennial, it comes back every single year, and it has beautiful flowers, as you saw from the video earlier. I hope that you'll consider growing this in your own garden if you have the space. It is something you can forage depending on where you're at. I grow it on purpose here because I use so much of it and because it is so important to me. I can link down if anybody is interested on where you can get seeds to grow it for yourself. It is not necessarily easy to grow from seed, you guys. I'm just gonna let you know it requires cold stratification. It does require some babying along the way, but once you get her going, she's unstoppable. Thanks again for watching this video. Check out my Etsy channel, consider becoming a member, and please do subscribe to this channel. I will see you next time. Bye!